Okie dokie. We are in game 2 of round 4 of our Modern Challenge review with Neoform. We're on the draw against the Eldrazi Tron. It's an interesting hand. So, wait, this is an interesting hand because it's a game, it's a turn 1. Man, sometimes, like, even though you play like hundreds of games, matches with this deck, it still takes a while to register. So how this is a turn 1 is that we have 3 mana. We have 4 mana on turn 1. We have the Allosaurus Rider and then we have the Eldritch Evolution. So this is an easy keep. The added benefit is that if she has a hate card, like turn 1 Graph Digger's Cage, we can also turn 1 Glittering Wish for Abrupt Decay. Alright, so she mulligans a bit, I think. I believe it's 4, yeah. So only a Cage or a Chalice and Zero would be something we fear. And of course they have the she has the Chalice and Zero, unfortunately. So now we go to plan B. Now the game gets significantly tougher, I think. We go to plan B. And now this is interesting. It's like, do we get the Abrupt Decay? Do we get the Eladamri's Call? Do we get the Neoform? Abrupt Decay kills. Abrupt Decay basically needs one more land because we have the Simian Spirit Guide, right? So if Abrupt Decay gets you, if you get one more land, we can Abrupt Decay the Chalice of the Void, and then we can go off. And that line is immune from another Chalice of the Void because the second Chalice, if she had it, would be countered by its own, and then we can end of turn Abrupt Decay it, so that wouldn't interfere with our plan. If we go for a Neoform, then we need a land and Allosaurus Rider, or a land and a way to kill the Chalice of the Void. And I think it's better if I just like explain how it's boarded. Veil Summer can be useful. It doesn't stop TKS, but it does stop Warping Whale because Warping Whale says counter target sorcery, and Veil Summer says spells you control cannot be countered. Also, it's a workaround around Chalice of the Void because it says spells you control cannot be countered this turn, so it doesn't matter how it's trying to get countered, counterbalance or like force negation, etc. It does work. However, I think the matchup is already tough and fast because of their many angles of attack against you. So I don't like trying to sculpt a hand where you need one more mana than you need to, basically. So these are out. We brought in the 2 Dissenter's Deliverance and 1 Abrupt Decay, or 2 Abrupt Decay, and that's because we can like kill the hate artifact hate pieces. So I think wishing for Neoform is out because it's like almost strictly worse than just trying to find an Abrupt Decay because we already have an evolution spell and we have the mana. Because if we'll need to draw another land to wish for Abrupt Decay anyways. So I don't think getting Neoform does anything. We could get a Eladamri's Call. So what does that do? So getting if we draw another land, so both the Abrupt Decay and the Eladamri's Call line requires another land. So now we have to think like which one's better. So I think if we get the Eladamri's Call and draw a land, we can just win cleanly through the Chalice of the Void. I think that's better. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that's better actually. Like Abrupt Decay does help against a future Graph Digger's Cage, for example, but they've clearly demonstrated that they don't have a what is it? They don't have a Graph Digger's Cage, so I think we're just going to get the Eladamri's Call, or I hope. There you go. Excuse me. All right, so we got the mana, and we're hoping that they don't have a TKS. She, pardon me. And unfortunately, she does. This is a very good multi-4, but a good player like her, I expect her to multi them. That's so like I'm not even like that annoyed by it. So we don't cast anything because there's no reason to. If she doesn't take the Eladamri's Call, we can get an Allosaurus Rider. But if we get an Allosaurus Rider, she'll just take it. So now we're looking for a Dissenter's Deliverance or an actual Allosaurus Rider or Abrupt Decay. That's like eight good outs. So that's not it. Okay, now she's completed Tron. This doesn't look that good, but as I said, we still have the 4 artifact kill spells and 4 actual Allosaurus Riders, so we're not in that bad of a shape, but we need to find something ASAP. That's not it. I briefly considered showing for 7 to prevent losing a card, but I figured that it's just worth it. Discard 1 card because we have 2 spare cards to pitch to sorry, 3 spare cards to pitch to an Allosaurus Rider if we need to, so I think it's fine to not do it. Now this is a very deadly turn of events. We're under a 2-turn clock. Note that if we still have the draw the Allosaurus Rider, we can live because I don't think they can beat a 8/8 flying lifelinker. But if this is an abrupt decay, it's a lot dicier. So basically, we can have to kill this and then try to gain 7, and then we go up to 14, we go down to 5, and then we have to Summoner's Pact. We could draw an Allosaurus Rider after, because otherwise, like Summoner's Pact does nothing because we can't even draw 7. So we're in dire straits here. This doesn't do anything. I'm playing the Simian Spirit Guide to try to absorb the 4 damage. So she has an All's Dust, which is good to know about. I think that's correct because there are times where the Neoform player cannot complete their rep, but they'll just have like a boatload of Allosaurus Riders as like a 5/5 beater to try to win, and this puts an end to all that. So now we're forced to gain 7 here, but I think our outs are very small. It's just like Allosaurus Rider, I believe, because that will let us get a 8/8 flying lifelinker, and then we can race from that point on. But alas, we couldn't do anything. I cast the Summoner's Pact to send a message, but her multi-4 is obviously very good here, and it lined up very well against our hand because she had the Chalice on 0, and then she had the turn 3 TKS, and we had the Summoner's Pact, but it is what it is. So we'll go to round 4, game 3 momentarily in the next video. See you in a bit.